What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thin Ghost back again for another video, and I'm so excited to talk about this. I'm so excited. Okay, so if y'all, the people that have watched my previous Attack on Titan videos or knew me from my previous channel, I doubt it, but if anybody knows me, they know that I'm a huge fan of Attack on Titan. And not only that my favorite character is Gene Kirstein. I've been a fan of Gene literally since the first episode, the first time I saw him. I just got this feeling from him, bro, that he was gonna be probably one of the most developed characters in the series. I've been speaking for Gene for the longest day. I am a huge fan of Gene. I'm a huge advocate for Gene. I've been watching this dude grow from a little fleshling all the way to where he is now. And to see him have his own chapter, like a chapter damn near dedicated to him, man, this chapter was made for me, man. I really love this chapter. And then on top of that, you know, people had a lot of complaints about the previous chapter. Me, I didn't, honestly. I thought that shit was good, but you know, people gonna find complaints about anything. But people was complaining about the last chapter, and they was saying, you know, they didn't have faith in Izayama. They was saying that he was rushing stuff, and stuff wasn't explained, and it was like the Avengers with them saying, let's save the world. And you know, characters didn't communicate with each other the way that people thought that they was gonna do it. Some of them didn't talk at all. So they was just mad. They like, bro, okay, so what's going on? He rushing this. He is leaving a lot of stuff like undone, or stuff that he needs to touch on, he ain't touching on it. What's going on? Is he da-da-da-da? You know, people was talking shit, bro. They was losing faith. But you wanna know what Izayama did? He like, okay, I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna deal with y'all next month. I got y'all. So, and he came out, he said, hold my beer. And bro, this chapter was so fucking good. And what I love about it is that it's not even no action-centered chapter. There's no character deaths. There's no huge fucking fight scenes or nothing like that. It's just the emotion that this issue invokes, bro. The emotion, it just leaks through the pages, man. I swear when I was reading this chapter, I looked at my computer super hard, and I thought I saw a tear falling from the top of it. I was like, what the fuck? Is my computer crying, bro? It just, oh, the feels. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, so the issue starts off with Gene essentially having this vision or this dream, he's just shutting himself in from everything, similar to what he said in the last chapter when he was he just wanted to put himself in a room, close the door, and just shut himself off from everything because, you know what I'm saying, he just didn't want to be bothered with all this crazy shit going on anymore. He was just overwhelmed with everything that had happened, the military essentially being wiped out, the Jaegers taking over the island, Flock just coming in his face, just telling him, bruh, you know what I'm saying? This shit don't even matter anymore, bro. Didn't you always want to be a nigga to just chill in the inside of the walls and not do nothing? Just do that, Gene. Just relax. You know, so he was kind of at a crossroads because, you know, Eren releasing the Titans from the walls, initiating the rumbling, saying that he was going to literally eradicate the world. It just got everybody a little, you know, with cold feet. You know, everybody a little stuck. They don't really know what to do. And Gene is just flabbergasted. So he's just been sitting inside the barracks with just, you know, shoving his head into his ears. And he just doesn't know what to do, man. This guy, it was hard to watch. Honestly, you just see Gene is just, you feel bad for the dude. Because you know Gene is a character that's really grown a lot. He a great character. He turned from a selfish character that really only cared about himself and was arrogant and talked a lot of shit. And now he's probably one of the best leaders in the fucking series. This guy has turned into damn near, this guy's main character status now, bro. This shit is crazy. But anyway, so it starts off with Gene like he has a vision into the future, thinking about what he could have essentially if he just stays in the walls. Well, there ain't no walls no more, but if he just stays you know, if he just stays out of the fight, if he just lets this be the end, if he just closes himself off and allows himself to go into the inner district like he's always wanted to. He even said, I would be in the inner district, I would be sipping on the finest wine morning, day, and night. You know, he like, I'm gonna be getting fucked up like that. He like, I'm gonna go to the inner side of the, I'm gonna get in the inner walls, I'm gonna get me some wine, I'm gonna be getting fucked up every day. You see him when you see him sitting on the porch, bro, with the wine, he over there, and then he look inside the window, and I'm like, Mikasa? Yeah, he was talking about he was gonna have a wife and some kids, and he wasn't gonna take no complaints from nobody, and da 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 da. He was just talking about his life, and then you see him look inside the window of his little imaginary dream, and I swear it looked like Mikasa is holding his baby, bro. I'm like, and we all know Jin got feelings for Mikasa, so I thought that was funny. We didn't really see the face of the chick, but she had long black hair. I'm like, bro, he probably imagining Mikasa right now. We all know that he wanted to get with Mikasa. I think it's in a, I don't know if it's in an OVA or a data book or something like that, but they even said before Jin came to the scouts, well, before he even went to the military, to the trainee cadet corps and all that shit, he actually drew a sketch of his dream girl and left it at home for his family, and it was a sketch of this chick with like long black hair. Like he really likes, you know, like black hair, long black hair or whatever, and we already remember what he said to Mikasa when he first saw her, like he really liked her hair, you know. And Eren gone, man, so he gonna try to slide up in there. He gonna try to slide inside Mikasa DMs or something and just say what's up. It's hilarious, bro. It's fucking hilarious. But anyway, so Jin, he's sitting there and he's just thinking about what life could be. And then Hanji interrupts his dream, knocking on the window, and she's like, Jin, and she tells him to come outside because she needs to talk to him and Mikasa, because they're what Izayama is doing, he's further fleshing out what happened in the last chapter. Because remember how everybody teamed up and they had it was all coordinated and everything, but we wasn't really sure how it happened. So Izayama, in true Izayama fashion, he shows us the dope shit first, and then he goes back and makes it doper by filling in the blanks, and we get this brilliant talk scene. Oh shit, sorry, I dropped some. We get this brilliant talk scene between Hanji, Mikasa, and Jin, where they're kind of like trying to go over tactics and discuss what they should do about Eren. And I'm sorry for the slight blurriness right here. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but it takes forever to focus. Like I gotta sit completely still. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes it doesn't do this, other times it do, but I gotta get this video out. Fuck a little blurriness. Y'all don't need to see my ugly ass anyway. But anyway, so Mikasa and Jin, they talking to Hanji, and it's so cool, man. Like, you see, I think Izayama, he reinforcing this shit with Jin even more, because Jin has always been the type of character to call shit out like it is. Like, he call it how he see it, and he is just brutally honest, man. You know what I'm saying? He's had that trait since the beginning, and him and Hanji keep going back and forth about, like, pretty much what could happen and what couldn't happen. Like, you know, he's just trying to get down to the nitty gritty, and he just like, even if we do stop Eren, what's our plan after that? Even if we do, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was just trying to cover all angles. He just like, Hanji, bro, like, we tried to do this shit peacefully. We tried to, you know what I'm saying? We tried to do it, you know, the chill way. We tried to talk to him, and that's what pushed Eren to the point of what he doing right now. Like, you know, like, what do you expect us to do? How are we even gonna stop this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we thinking. Like, how are they going to even stop Eren? And she talks about how they have to try something, and she brings up this beautiful moment where she talks about all of the fallen soldiers, all of their fallen comrades, how they wouldn't want them to just stop at freeing the island, how that's so shallow, how they need to not stop with just freedom with the island. They need to try to free everything. You know, freedom doesn't just stop here for us. You know what I'm saying? It's not single. We don't need to be single-minded like that. So I like how she said that. She also had this moment where she just snapped because Jin kept on hitting her with like the realization. He kept on giving her extra stuff to think about. Just every time she came up with a little idea or something to say with like a little hope, Jin would like smack it down and just hit her with some truth. And she just got mad and snapped, and she was just like, we gotta stop this. Like, he can't kill everybody. There's no good reason for that. And then you see all the scouts, all the fallen soldiers, just like as ghosts, just pop up behind Hanji, really reminiscent of the scene with Eren, I said Eren, with Erwin when he was talking to Levi in his last moments before he did that suicide charge. And you saw all the soldiers behind him and everything. Beautiful, just beautiful. I love that scene, even though it broke my heart. This scene, it gave you the feels as well. You saw everybody, man. You saw Erwin, you saw Nanaba, you saw Mike, you know what I'm saying? You saw fucking Levi Squad. You even saw Marco, bruh. Like when Gene saw Marco, that was his call to action right there. He was like, oh yeah, man, I can't just sit here like this, bro. And then you get this brilliant scene. Oh, I ain't even get to the meat yet, bro. So you get this brilliant scene. Well, you got everybody. You got the people that they teamed up with. You know, you got Magath, you got Peak, you got Gabby, you got fucking Falco, and then you got all the scouts. You know, you got Mikasa, you got Armin, you got well, Rainer and them, they ain't scouts no more, but you got Rainer and Annie. You know, you got Connie, you got Armin, you got Jim, you know, Hans, you got everybody. Levi that teamed up. They all sitting around this campfire, and you know they're just kind of going back and forth. Yeah, this really good moment we have between Magath and Gene. They start pretty much going back and forth with each other. You got Gene calling Magath out. Like Magath, bro, you know, at the beginning of this chapter, he was trying to catch a fade with somebody because this dude was talking way too much shit. He was just like, yeah, y'all, you know, if it wasn't for y'all, man, Eren wouldn't be about to kill everybody right now. And he like, what? Nigga, what? Us? Bro, if it wasn't for y'all busted up in here and killed my man's moms, bro. Like, y'all, bro, Eren had to watch his mom get eaten alive, bro. If y'all ain't never busted the walls, this wouldn't have never happened, bro. Like, are you serious right now? And he just like, oh, so you trying to come at me about history, boy? I'm talking about, bro, they was just going back and forth. He like, history? Nigga, what you nigga wanna see me, nigga? Like, they was just going back. It was so funny, bro. They was just going back and forth, and Hanji had to break it up. And she just like, why is y'all tripping? Like, we sitting here arguing over shit that happened 2,000 years ago, and you know, we both wasn't even there to see this stuff. Like fuck history, fuck what's going on. We need to worry about the here and the now. You know what I'm saying? So I like how they did that. And this the part right here that just sent chills down my spine, bruh. So Yelena, bruh, Yelena don't give no, she just, bro, Yelena just started gassing these dudes. Like, I'm talking, she started flaming everybody that was sitting around that fire, bro. She was calling everybody out. And I love this scene because it shows that Izayama is aware of everything that was going on. This is what I meant when I said he was like, hold my beer, y'all, because he literally addressed almost every complaint, every conversation, everything that people wanted to know. He covered so much in just this campfire scene alone. It's kind of like the calm before the storm, so to speak. You know, the moment where everybody get to sit down, talk to each other, try to work out things, figure out each other, understand each other before they go and fight alongside each other. And I thought this was a beautiful moment. We really needed a scene like this, to have everybody just sitting around talking, laying it out on the table. And I really enjoyed this scene. This is hands down one of my favorite issues of Attack on Titan, just for this scene alone. Yelena takes the time to call everybody out on their shit. She literally list all the things they did. She talk about Rainer, how he kicked in the wall, how many innocent people died because of that. Talk about Annie, how she killed so many scouts. You know what I'm saying? Talk about how the scouts, when they came to Marley, how they killed so many people, you know, in their attack on Marley. She calls out Gene, talking about how he could have killed Falco with the Thunder Spear if he didn't barely miss when he was fighting against Peak. Like, she just started calling everybody out, and it's beautiful. And then Gene, being the shit talker that he is, he like, oh, okay, you want to talk some shit, huh? So he throws something back at her. He clapped back at her. He just like, yeah, da 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 da. He like that little dream that you wanted to live so hard for. You sacrifice everything for it. Yeah, how that work out? How that work out? And bruh, she hit him with the Marco. I was like, oh. She said, yeah, what was your friend name, Gene? Marco? Yeah, Gene was like, he like, what you say, bitch? Bruh, so pretty, I love this moment because what she did essentially was she brought something up that I've been waiting to happen for so long. Ever since Annie got out this crystal, everybody thinking about Annie fighting. Everybody thinking about Annie and Armin having a conversation. Bruh, all I was thinking about was, does Gene even really know how Marco died, bruh? I seen this setup from a mile away, bruh. I was just like, Bruh, they setting up for a moment where Jean is going to confront Rainer and Annie about what happened to Mark. I'm like, oh my, okay, wait. And that's what happened, bruh. Rainer and Annie just straight up tell Jean what they did to Marco, bruh. And Rainer, Rainer wanted to get his ass beat, bruh, because he just kept going. And he was going in way too much detail. Like, he just kept going and going, just telling him everything. Bruh, Jean got so tired of this dude talking, bruh. He just jumped up and just, I'm talking about just decked him right in his shit, got on top of him, just, nigga, talk about my homie, nigga. I'm talking about, bruh, just started beating his ass. Bruh, Jean got hood in this chapter. I don't care what nobody say, bruh. Jean was hood, bruh. He was hood. He was calling, he was telling the truth. You know, he was clapping back at people. And then he called fade with Rainer over his dead homie. Man, Jean, you killed it this chapter, man. You really did. And what I really like is that Gabby actually, she jumped over Rainer, and she actually took the kick, because when they was trying to pull Jean off of him, he threw a kick, and then she actually took it. And then she got on her knees and she literally begged Jean and the rest of the scouts for their help. Gabby, yes, the one that killed Sasha. She has had a complete turnaround, a complete arc. She got on her knees and she begged them for help. And I think this spoke a lot. This even touched Cole McGath, because he sees that, you know, the devils aren't really devils. Because, you know, I think people forget that Gabby, she's an LDN too, you know, indoctrinated LDN that's meant to fight against the other, you know, people on Paradise. But, you know what I'm saying? She was with the same ideology, the same brainwashing that everybody else had against Eldia. So it was cool to see that she has just transformed completely. She went from killing Sasha to begging for their help to stop the rumbling and really understanding these people. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was cool. And I know a lot of people hate Gabby for what she did and everything. I still do. I don't even think this is gonna make me like her, bro. Like you killed Sasha, bro. But I still understand her character, and I'm more accepting of her now. Like I understand why Izayama put her in the story, so I really like it. Yeah, man, it was just really good. Yeah, also we find out that Yelena, bruh, she was flexing the whole time. Yelena was a Marleyan, bruh, from the beginning. She was a Marleyan. She was flexing in line, talking about some she fighting to restore and save her homeland, when her homeland is Marley. She was just disappointed in Marley and how they run things. And then she saw Zeke, and I don't know, she just fell in love with Zeke. It must have been them hairy buns or something, because he was right up in her face. She saw them hairy buns and she just like, oh Nani? You know, I don't know, bro. But something happened, and she just loved Zeke, and she just wanted to just I'm talking about drink his bath water. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, she used to be a Marleyan. So that was a cool reveal. Nicola was looking at her like, I mean, not Nicola, Onyankopon. He was looking at her like, you bitch. You're like, you lying? He probably was like, wow, are you serious right now? You know, but anyway, so yeah, this whole campfire talk scene was brilliant. You know, that you have these little comedic moments, like when Jean storms off into the woods after he argues and fights with Rainer, and then Hanji literally says, you don't want your seconds, Jean? Because Jean asked for seconds earlier because they was eating stew. That's another thing. They was sitting around, they highlighted that too. They sitting around a campfire with their enemies, people that you never thought would sit together. They're sitting around a campfire and they're sharing a meal. That's just that little piece of, you know, information alone is just crazy and tells you how far we have come in this story, man. And you see Jean walk into the woods and he's kind of like trying to, you know, he's trying to take in everything that he just found out. He's trying to, like, you know, bring himself back. But what I like about Jean is that throughout this whole chapter, you see him pretty much trying to get his will to fight back. He's trying to find purpose again. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get himself back up. And I like how by the end of this chapter, he literally becomes better for it. I feel like he has a lot of growth finally realizing this information about Marco, and you know, having this conversation with the Marleyans and beating up at Rainer. I think he finally has evolved even more, so I'm really interested to see what more he brings to the table. Izuyama, don't fuck with me and do all this development for Gene just so there can be some death flags. Like, nah, bro, don't do no typical Walking Dead shit when somebody get an entire episode dedicated to them because you know they're gonna die in the next chapter. Like, don't do that. Just don't ruin all this goodwill. Like, don't do that, bro. Anyway, so yeah. So the next day, they head out. Gene, it's pretty funny. Gene grabs Rainer and he's shaking. He's just like, nigga, get your ass up, bro. I know you done healed by now, bro. Get your ass up. So he wake him up. They get into the cart. Well, like, they get on their horses. They said it's gonna take them 5 hours to get to the port. Now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get to the port of Paradise Island, and they want to use the Azumibito plane. They don't have a lot of them, but remember when they was talking about how they wanted to get those little crystals from underneath Paradise Island, the little crystals that they had in season 3? It's like some kind of power source, and the Azumibitos, they have these planes. So she brought a plane to the port so that she can actually see Eren do the rumbling. She wanted to actually see it as it was happening. So what they want to do is they want to go to the port, they want to get that plane, they want to figure out where Eren is going, and they want to try to catch up to him with that plane so that they essentially can talk to him. And I like how when they was coming up with this plan, Annie, she just brought it up to Mikasa. She was just like, are y'all prepared to kill Eren, bro? Like, are y'all ready to kill this dude, bro? That's another question we wanted to know. Like, are they ready? You know what I'm saying? Because she just called it like she said. She like, bro, I'm trying to save my dad. Are y'all ready to kill Eren? I mean, we can try to talk to him. I knew y'all was gonna say let's talk to him. We can try to talk to him. We can see that this is building up to some kind of huge, brilliant talk scene where all Eren's friends, the closest people to him, are gonna try to snap him out of this and talk to him about what he is doing. Is it gonna work? It might be tragic. Eren might not be able to be in control. He might not be able to listen to them. He might be too far gone. We don't know. Will he accidentally kill, or will he purposely kill his friends? Like, where is this going? I don't know. I just know I still fuck with Eren. I still got faith in my boy. I just know they need to talk to him, get some sense into him. Honestly, I still support him though. Like, man, wipe everybody out, bro. Like, just wipe everybody out. I can understand everybody's point of view though, but I'm still with Eren. Like, wipe them out. Wipe everybody out, man. But yeah, so what she says is, yeah, are you ready to kill him? And then, you know, Mikasa, she like, bro, you saying you gonna have to kill me, Richard? Because she just like, eventually we gonna have to fight if we try to kill Eren, and you gonna end up trying to protect him, Eren, and da-da-da-da. So, you know, Mikasa just like, are you ready to catch this fade, Annie? Because you already know I don't like you. I cut your fingers off in the first season and made your ass fall when you tried to escape, bro. Like, you know, like, what's up? I can do it again. So I like how I like that little tension there. And she said, all I know is right now we don't have any reason to fight, so we can just chill for now. So I like how Izuyama just planted that seed that we don't know if they're gonna end up fighting later because of what's going on with Eren or what. But anyway, that was a cool thing to like shelve until later issues. But they go to the port. Well, they're heading to the port, and then the Card Titan, she rushes back to where they are, and she lets them know before they get to the port, like, hey, bruh, the Jaegerists have taken over the port. We get back to Floch, bitch ass. Okay, so Floch about to die soon, y'all. Floch is about to die soon. And I hope Gene is the one to kill him, because we have seen this setup all the way back when Floch was first introduced, bro. And I like how they do that parallel. It's perfect. I wonder if this is why Izuyama did it. Floch acted a lot like Gene in the beginning, like when he first got, you know, introduced. He acted a lot like Gene. Granted, Gene wasn't as cowardly, but he acted like Gene, bro. And then, like, you know, same arrogant attitude and stuff like that. But after what happened with the Shingon Shinna arc and everything, he changed and he became like this crazy, just zealot, just to Eren, I'm talking about praising the ground that he walks on, just becoming a murderer. Like, he barely cares about human life, especially when it comes to Marleyans, but he really don't care about anybody, bro. Like, he'll just bust anybody. Like, Floch, I hate Floch, but I gotta give him credit. He is a very well-written character, and I did not expect him to do all the stuff that he is doing right now. But him and the Jaegerists, they take over the port, and it ends on a cliffhanger with Floch holding his gun up in the air, looking like a salve, like he a little mini boss or something. positioning himself right behind Kiyomi like he holding her a hostage, and you get this wide shot. You see the Jaegers just have complete control of the port. So this is gonna be intense, man. I can see it now. Like, like, bro, they got Rainer, they got Annie, they got fucking the Cart Titan, they got Mikasa, they got Levi. I mean, Levi can't really fight right now. They actually clarify that earlier in the chapter when Hanji first meets up with Jean and Mikasa. She lets them know that Levi's okay, but he can't really fight right now. So, you know, man, if Levi was in peak condition, oh, for damn sure, the Jaegers they would be fucking done. But I still think they done. Like, it's no way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they might be outnumbered, but bruh, through tactics and whatever, they are going to just lay waste. They are just gonna body the Jaegers, and I can't wait until Floch gets the most brutal, violent, deadly death in the series, man. We've been wanting to see Floch die for so long. I hope Jean do it, but Jean been getting a lot of moments. He need to do it because they've been setting that shit up for a while now. They've been setting up like this little rivalry between them. I like how Izayama did it. He probably did this on purpose. I really like how he did it, where he kind of, when he first introduced Floch, you know what I'm saying? He kind of, like I said earlier, he kind of made him like similar to Jean, but he went the total opposite direction. You know what I'm saying? So this is like Jean's little boss battle, his little personal, you know, so I hope it's gonna be good. I'm really looking forward to it, man. Oh, what a cliffhanger. And you know, just seeing that they're going to be getting the plane, and they're going to try to, you know, from the Azumi Bito plane, and they're going to try to fly to Eren, catch up to him and everything, and try to talk to him. I don't know what's going to happen, but man, the stakes just keep getting high. Obstacles just keep getting in their way, and it just keep getting better and better, man. Izayama always outdoes himself. Sorry, I've been talking for like 20-some minutes straight. I'm tired. So if you enjoyed this video, man, if you enjoyed me just rambling, talking about it, sharing my excitement, my hype, bruh, put it in the comments. Let me know what you think about this chapter. Like, subscribe for more content, share this video, man. Let's talk about it, man. I'm gonna be releasing another video also speculating and talking about what I think should happen in the next chapter, what I want to see. But we always end up saying what we want to see, and we end up saying something way better than what we could imagine. So, you know, man, Izayama, keep doing your thing. Can't wait for chapter 128. And until next time, guys, peace.